Ukraine's prime minister has offered to turn over the lead in the investigation into the downing of a Malaysian airliner to the Netherlands. That's the country that has suffered the most losses in the disaster. Plus, we're learning the black boxes will be turned over to Malaysia. Africa 54's Clara Frenk has more.
The Security Council met late Sunday in the New York headquarters to consider a resolution. Australia lost at least 37 citizens and residents in the crash. Prime Minister Tony Abbott dispatched Foreign Minister Julie Bishop to the U.S. to lead the lobbying effort for the resolution.
It is an absolutely shambolic situation. It does look more like a garden clean-up than a forensic investigation. And given that 298 people have died, given that 37 Australians are amongst the dead, it is imperative that we get a properly secure site and a proper investigation.
Russian President Vladimir Putin once again on Monday said the downing of the airliner would not have happened if Ukraine had not reignited fighting last month in the region with separatists who now control the crash site. Mr. Putin said that Russia is doing everything possible to allow a team of experts from the UN International Civil Aviation Organization to investigate the scene.
We must do everything to guarantee full and total safety at the site, to secure the necessary humanitarian corridors for working there. From the side of Russia, we're doing everything that depends on us so that the conflict in eastern Ukraine moves from today's military phase to the phase of talks at the negotiating table, where only peaceful and diplomatic means will be used.
Pro-Moscow rebels said Sunday that they had taken control of more than 200 bodies recovered from the crash site and placed them in refrigerated train cars. They said the bodies will remain in the rebel-held town of Torres, 15 kilometers from the crash site, until international investigators arrive. The rebels also say they have recovered data recorders from the doomed flight MH17. Rebel leader Alexander Borodai said insurgents will turn them over to international air crash experts. The so-called black boxes record cockpit conversations and information about the plane's operations. Clara Frenk, VOA News, Washington.
Well, President Obama spoke just an hour ago about the downed plane in Ukraine.
What they need right now is immediate and full access to the crash site. They need to be able to conduct a prompt and full and unimpeded, as well as transparent, investigation. And recovery personnel have to do the solemn and sacred work of recovering the remains of those who were lost. Unfortunately, the Russian-backed separatists who control the area continue to block the investigation. They've repeatedly prevented international investigators from gaining full access to the wreckage. As investigators approached, they fired their weapons into the air. These separatists are removing evidence from the crash site, all of which begs the question, what exactly are they trying to hide?